Eagle FC 48. Let's meet the men involved in our co-main event and our main event of the evening. This one is an extremely highly entertaining light heavyweight matchup. First of all, we want to welcome the Cuban sensation, Hector Lightning Lombard. And his opponent on Friday, May 20th, making his return to the cage after 3 years away from action. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Brazilian sensation, Thiago Silva. Our main event of the evening, this in the heavyweight division, coming off of a win over Sean Asher back on January 28th. Please welcome Yorgan the Mad Titan de Castro. And his opponent at Eagle FC 48, he's the former UFC heavyweight champion of the world from Brazil, Junior Cigano dos Santos. And here to give opening comments, the UFC Hall of Famer and the UFC lightweight champion of the world, the legendary Habib Nurmagomedov. Habib.
What's up, guys? How are you? I hope you guys doing well. I just want to announce, and we have some big sign and good news. We just signed Junior dos Santos, legend himself, UFC heavyweight champion. He's gonna fight versus Yorgan de Castro. Last Eagle FC 44, he showed great performance. He finished his opponent in first round. You know, he can fight on stand-up. He can fight on ground. You know, it's gonna be a great main card in May 20th here in FLX Arena, Miami. And I wanna say welcome to the board, legend himself, Hector Lombard. Welcome, brother. UFC veteran, Bellator former champ. You know. Judo Olympian. He's gonna fight versus Thiago Silva, one of the biggest names in this sport, UFC veteran, and it's gonna be a very exciting fight. You know, I'm very excited about this main event and co-main event, May 20th here in FLX Arena. You know, all for you guys. Thank you.
And now I will turn it over to my colleagues, Shale Sonnen and Henry Cejudo, to conduct today's press conference for Eagle FC 48. Gentlemen.
Well, Henry, let me get this started because I'm looking at Hector Lombard, and I'm old enough to remember when Hector beat 22 straight men. I'm old enough to remember when Hector represented Cuba in the Olympic Games. But, Henry, that wasn't at 205 pounds. Hector, what are you doing up here at light heavyweight?
I'm just enjoying myself.
He's on
you got a microphone
on the triple
there.
C plan, man. We're enjoying live, Uncle Chill.
All right, so 205, though, Hector.
Yeah.
205, no problem. Feel good. All right. Now, from a bad guy to a bad boy, I'm happy to see you back, right? Bad guys like company, so welcome.
Okay.
What do you think of Hector Lombard as an opponent?
I think Hector was my teammate for over 4 years at American Top Team. To be honest, he was the best teammate I ever had over there. Always willing to train hard, always good energy, training hard without complaining. And I took this as a challenge, and I'm very excited for this fight.
Yeah, I think for you guys as teammates, you know, you guys have been there. You guys have sparred together. You guys have drilled together. My biggest thing is how is that you guys gonna be able to separate that once that cage is locked? What's your guys' perspective when it is that literally that cage locks? Either one.
For me, it's just business.
For me, it's all about money, brother. Get that cash, keep moving forward. Obviously, I want to, before I'm going to keep saying anything longer, I want to say thanks to Ali, thank you to Khabib, to the Eagle FC for giving me this opportunity. I couldn't be more proud to represent this new organization that I truly believe is going to be one of the biggest in the whole world. And like I say, I'm gonna when that cage close, you know, it's all business. I don't care who is in front of me. I will perform. So, you know, I keep cashing the checks.
Now, Yorgan, Henry and I had the pleasure of calling your last fight. It was a vicious stoppage, but that still is experience within that Eagle cage. And I think that you would agree, this venue, this audience, that cage specifically, it has a different energy, an experience that the former champion Junior Dos Santos has not felt. Does that give you an advantage?
I don't think so, man. Junior is a legend. He already fought. I mean, you can name it. He already fought and beat those guys. Me being here is an honor. And due to the respect and admiration that I have to the man, I'm going to show up in the best shape of my life, and I'm going to come forward and give him the fight.
You know, that doesn't surprise me because everybody seems to like Junior, myself included. So, Junior, why don't you tell us something, huh? We're all glad to have you here. How's it feel to be at Eagle FC?
It feels amazing, man, to be back here, you know, talking with you guys. And it was actually, we are having some, you know, hard times looking for a good fight. And now I have a great fight in front of me with a great opponent and a great show with all of you guys, amazing people working on this. So I feel amazingly great, you know, to be here, to be part of it. And I can't wait, you know, to be there on May 20th, you know, giving 100% of me to get that win against that guy.
Yeah, I think just to follow up there too, Junior, obviously you've gone against the best in the world. You fought Cain Velasquez. You fought the who's who, Stipe Miocic. You fought everybody. I mean, what presence does it feel like now to be able to see somebody like Khabib, you know, as the president, as the founder of Eagle FC? How precious is that to you as a fighter, you know, having a fellow fighter kind of take that role and that lead in a precious event like this?
Yeah, it feels great, you know. For me, Khabib is like the greatest of the whole time in a combination, you know, not just as an athlete, but as a person. Everything what I see about this guy, you know, is good. And for me, he's a great role model, you know, for every athlete out there, you know. And so to be part of the show that he's promoting now, for me, it's an honor. And no doubts I'm going to give 100% of me to make everybody proud and to make myself proud of myself.
And Khabib, being inducted into the Hall of Fame, which I happened to see noticed last week, did you have any clues or was that all a surprise? I got to see it at home with my wife. I was just wondering from your perspective, did you have any idea that was about to happen?
No, I don't have no idea. You know, it's like just, I remember like Ali told me you have to be there. Like after Tagir fight, Umar fight, I was like, hey, we have to go get some dinner, you know. And he said, no, you have to be there. I'm like, why, for what? And when they show me this, like my fights, my interview, I understand something gonna happen. You know, it was big surprise for me.
Well, it's a beautiful honor. Now, guys, we have pundits and media from around the world that have submitted questions. We're going to toss that over to Ray and tee these fighters up.
Thank you very much, Chael. This coming to Junior Dos Santos from John Morgan of the Underground. Junior, this is the start of a new era for you after 13 years with the UFC. What are you hoping to accomplish in this next stage of your career?
Well, I'm hoping the best, man. I think, you know, Eagle FC in the near future will be the biggest and best show in the world. And no doubts I'm going to be part. I want to be part of this future and as their champion.
Junior, did you watch Yorgan's Eagle FC debut? And if so, what did you think of his performance?
Yes, for sure. I was here, sitting, you know, and watching the fight. That was a great fight, actually. He surprised me, as everybody knows. He's a great striking guy, but he submitted a guy very fast, you know, enjoying a good moment that the guy gave him. So, yeah, this guy, man, he's dangerous, you know, and that's why he's one of the best, like, heavyweights in the world, you know, and it's great to be fighting against him.
This from Brent Okamoto of ESPN for Junior Dos Santos. You already look to be in phenomenal shape. Where is your weight at right now, Junior? And what kind of shape are you ready going into heading into this camp?
I'm 250, around 250 something, you know, as usual. Normally I fight with 245, 246. Depends on, you know, on how my diet is. I don't have problems with my weight, so I do diet every time, you know, but to be in a good shape, not to lose weight, you know. So it's a good thing for me. But yeah, no doubts I'm gonna do everything what I have to do. You know, I think I have a great experience, good experience, you know, with myself, with my career. I've been learning a lot, you know, from myself, especially with this last times I'm leaving, and I'll be 100% ready to put in a good show and win this fight.
You posted about Cain Velasquez. Why did you decide to write that post?
Well, everybody, everything what I know about Cain Velasquez, that he's a great guy, he's a great person, a very serious athlete. He takes care of himself, of his family, and with everything we went through together, it was kind of a demand for me, to do that, because man, for me, everything what they're doing, what the justice is doing with him, I know he did something stupid. He shouldn't do that way, but I think that justice need to be very careful on that. His son was being abused, and man, I feel, it bothers me a lot, to talk about that, because every time I'm thinking about that, and I think that Cain Velasquez is in the jail right now, and the guy who was molesting his child is out there, it's just make me crazy, and I cannot accept that, I think nobody can. And we all know Cain Velasquez is a good person, a father, who just wants to take care of his family. So I hope justice can see that and take care of him the best they can.
Final question for Junior Dos Santos before we move on to Yorgan de Castro. This from Kevin Aioli of Yahoo Sports. Do you feel that you can still compete and win at the highest level after all these years, Junior?
100%. 100%. You know what? I was going through some very hard, very different times, let's say, very weird times. It's a lot of pressure. I wasn't feeling appreciated anymore, so I was putting myself in doubts all the time. You guys know what the fight begins right here on your own mind. So I was kind of losing that fight to myself, and but it was good, to take some time to see what is really important in my life. And I was there at my home, at my house, enjoying my life with my family. And my wife was telling me, go back to the gym. You have too much energy, You got to go back to the gym and train. And so I did it. And as soon as I go back on training, man, I felt amazing. And I said, man, I cannot stop right now, There's so much still right here, I still can beat all this. I already beat most part of them, and I can beat all of them again, with this type of energy I'm having. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right, Junior Dos Santos, and we will now go over to your opponent, Yorgan de Castro. This question coming from Mark Raimondi of ESPN. Yorgan, is this fight with Junior the biggest fight of your career, and what would it mean to beat him?
Absolutely, man. This will go down probably as the toughest fight of my life. After Junior, nobody can be tougher than Junior. So I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be 100% ready for Junior. And but I believe this is my time. I'm 100% confident this is gonna be my time.
This from Damon Martin of MMA Fighting for You, Yorgan. There's no doubt that Junior Dos Santos is a legend. So what is the mindset for you going into a fight of this magnitude where you'll probably be the underdog?
I'm okay with being the underdog, man. And then at this point, I mean, come on. Who fighting Junior, I'm going to be the underdog. What was the question?
It was, there's no doubt that Junior Dos Santos is a legend, but what is your mindset knowing that you're going to be the underdog heading into this fight?
The mindset is working harder than ever. And yes, Junior is a legend, not just a legend. Not many heavyweights that will rank above Junior, one of the greatest of all time. Like I say, I was a fan, and now I'm a fan of the guy, that's okay. But do the respect and I watch so many fights of Junior. This is going to be the best Yorgan you guys are going to see.
All right, this coming from Aaron Bronstetter of TSN. For you, Yorgan, you were a big underdog against Alton Meeks, and you may be one again for this fight. Is this a role that you are relishing in your career?
Absolutely, man. If I tell you guys where I'm from, you guys probably going to look into Google right now. So the chance to be here, a Cape Verdean guy, I'm from Cape Verde, which is probably none of you guys know where. So I'm always going to be the underdog. And I embrace the role, and I'm good with it.
All right, Yorgan de Castro, ladies and gentlemen. And now we will turn our attention towards Hector Lombard. This from John Morgan of The Underground. Hector, your career dates back to the days of Pride in Japan, and you've seen it all and done it all in this sport. Why was Eagle FC the right spot for your next career step?
Well, I don't want to offend anybody, so I'm surrounded by the goats. Take a look at these guys. Take a look. I'm full of goats around here. So, of course, when you see that, you want to be part of it. So, I said, I call Ali, and the rest is history.
All right. Also, this from John Morgan to you, Hector. If there's anyone who might be as intense as you in this sport, it's Thiago Silva. What do you think about him as an opponent?
It's got to be a good fight, and I like to fight good fights. I don't want to fight, an easy fight. So, Thiago step up, and here we are. The rest is gonna be in that cage, and we're gonna build it in that cage. We're gonna go for it.
All right, this from Brent Okamoto of ESPN. How well do you know Thiago? You both have lived in South Florida and have been a part of rival teams for a long time, but how well in the familiarity that you guys have with each other?
We used to train a lot, but besides that, we never kind of like spend like time together, like going, hang out and stuff like that. So yeah, at the gym we used to train and stuff, but we never had like a friendship, outside the gym.
How did you feel about the bare knuckle boxing chapter of your career? Did you truly enjoy it, or are you happy to move on from it?
Yeah, I'd rather talk about Eagle, and the goats around me. There's so many of them.
All right, Hector Lombard, ladies and gentlemen. Now we'll turn our attention to your opponent on Friday, May 20th, Thiago Silva. Thiago, this coming from Mark Raimondi of ESPN. What goals do you hope to accomplish in your return to MMA?
As always, I do fight hard and win. Moving forward, keep aggressive. As always, I am, and do my best, show my potential, and win.
This from Brent Okamoto of ESPN for you, Thiago. Are you content with what you've done in your MMA career, or do you feel like you have anything else to prove to yourself or anyone else still at this stage?
I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. I know I have done a lot, but I like to improve myself. I like to push forward. I never give up, and I want to feel myself better, That's what I do. I improve myself every single day. I never give up.
This from Aaron Bronstetter of TSN. This is a big return for your fight against Hector Lombard. How excited are you for this opponent?
I'm very excited. Like I said, Hector is one of the toughest guy in MMA, light heavyweight division, middle division, and I took as a challenge. I think we're gonna have a good night, aggressive night.
Also, from Aaron Bronstetter, this will be your first MMA fight back in North America in more than 5 years. How does fighting in the United States compare to other countries?
I didn't understand.
I said, how does fighting here in the United States compare to fighting in other countries?
Each country is a different place. We have different styles, different fighters, but for me, everything is the same. By the end of the day, it's just about focus and put a good performance.
Now this for Habib Nurmagomedov, this from John Morgan of the Underground. Thank you very much, Thiago, for taking out the time. But Habib, you have signed 4 more veterans of the sport. What is the goal for Eagle FC? Is this about giving established names a place to compete, finding prospects, an opportunity, or is it something completely different?
It's like we don't sign only 4 guys. We sign a lot of fighters, but media talk about about them because they have big names. They all former champions. They all like legend. And that's why, we have a lot of young guys too, but media don't know about them. And because of these guys, they gonna know, because they gonna fight common event, main event, people gonna watch, and all other lions gonna fight prelims and the main card, And we signed, I think like this year, we signed almost like 50, 60 fighters around the world. We have some great fighters, 22, 25 years old, but they don't have big names like Lombard, Cigano, Dos Santos like with the other guys.
This coming from Mark Raimondi of ESPN. Will this be the biggest Eagle FC card to date, and how difficult is it juggling being a promoter with also coaching your team?
Being fighter, I think it was much easier. I think because you don't have to talk, you know. You go and you do your job, you know. And you know, being coach, it's tough. It's tough. Being promoter, it's not easy too. And this card is gonna be one of the biggest, and I think maybe is the biggest because of tomorrow night and Eagle C44. People gonna talk about these shows, and they're gonna prepare for Eagle C46 in May 20th. I think this card is gonna be biggest.
All right, and this from Brent Okamoto of ESPN. Habib, obviously 3 of these 4 names have had long careers in MMA. Yorgan is a veteran but doesn't have the resume as these guys. What do you like about Yorgan, and why do you like him in a matchup with Junior Dos Santos?
Like Yorgan showed like great performance last show here in Miami, and I think he deserves some big name like Junior Dos Santos. And you know, he was on this game long time, but he didn't fight with someone like Dos Santos, you know. And Dos Santos, we just signed him, and you know, before fight for the title, of course, we have to fight with someone, and De Castro is a great opponent for him, you know. I think this is great matchup, and anyone can win, you know. Of course, Dos Santos is a big favor, but I don't underestimate Yorgan too.
This from Damon Martin of MMA Fighting. What kind of long-term plans do you envision for Eagle FC? Do you believe that you're already a rival to the other promotions like Bellator and PFL?
Like, I don't know why like all media try to like make fight me versus Scott Coker or me versus Dana or with other guys. You know, like I know Scott Coker a long time, you know. He is from San Jose. I'm almost from San Jose. I'm training there 10 years. You know, sometimes we go dinner, breakfast with Coach Javier, you know. And of course, like Dana White, he become like my uncle, you know. I know this guy a long time. We have great relationship. And, you know, and of course we're here to give big opportunity to a lot of fighters. Doesn't matter, young, legend, we're here. But I'm not here to fight with UFC, Bellator, or something like this. You know, I have great relationship with the guys, you know, with Scott and Dana, and I just want to give opportunity for fighters.
And this final question to you, Habib, from Kevin Aioli of Yahoo Sports. What problem does having a 165-pound division solve? Won't it make it more like boxing? This from Kevin Aioli of Yahoo Sports.
It was nothing problem, you know. You know, it's like when you become promoter, when you have your show, you can make decision like this. It's very easy. I love this, you know. And when I was like fighter, when I was active athlete, I really like 165. You know, it's like 135, 145, 155, 65, 75. You know, it's like I think like makes sense. You know, and a lot of fighters want this. Like a lot of fighters, they small in 170. And they cannot make 155, you know, and that's why I think like 165 it was like good decision, and you know, and on this show, no, tomorrow night here we're gonna have in main card we have 2 fights in 165, and Kevin Lee, Diego Sanchez, and one more fight, and you know, and we're gonna see, we will see, we can change anytime anything. We're here, you know, to give good opportunity to. Or give like for fighters everything, you know, and I think it's 165. It was a good decision.
All right, thank you very much, Habib. I'll turn it right back over to Chael Sonnen and Henry Cejudo. Gentlemen.
Henry, anything you got to add?
No, I think what really comes to mind right now is like I take a look at this card that's about to happen, and really like you know, De Castro. It's almost like it's the Rocky Balboa story. You know, he's the sweepstake winner. You know, he's going to get a chance to fight somebody that, as he said earlier, somebody that he idolized growing up. So I just think this card with Hector and obviously 2 teammates that have fought in the past, and you know, the card is great from top to bottom, and on top of that, man, you know, we have we have Khabib and he's be sitting front row. watching these guys, and it's going to be a great event, Joe.
I love it. And to all of you, thank you very much for watching. Quick homework assignment for those at home. Go to eaglefc.com and sign up. This action going down on May 20th, as well as the action going down tomorrow, Friday, March 11th, 6 p.m. Eastern, is free. You just have to sign up at eaglefc.com. Tomorrow night, the heavyweight championship, as well as the debut of 165 pounds with Kevin Lee and Diego Sanchez. Eagle FC, March 11th, 6 p.m. Eastern. Thank you all.